Hey guys, we got a trailer here to break down. We got the Infinity War trailer for the Super Bowl. It's really a 30-second spot, so let's jump right into it and check out all these 23 images that I've taken for the trailer. So first one we have here is of Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. Who knows what they're in? It looks like Spider-Man has his futuristic, his spider armor, Iron Spider-Man costume on here. Looks pretty cool. We later get to see him in his regular Homecoming costume and his Civil War costume later on in the trailer, but I feel like this scene is probably at the end of the movie. I mean, Doctor Strange has the Eye of Agamotto, so maybe at this point he's already gone back in time, he's done some time, or he just wants to have all his weapons with him. That looks pretty cool there. Maybe he has something else there. I can't really tell what else he has there. Looks pretty cool. New Iron Man costume looks pretty sleek. Like you get another closer look at it throughout the trailer. Here we have just some shots of, looks like Scarlet Witch is doing something to the Vision's thing. I don't know. Maybe that's his place, his funny bone type thing, where because he's part robot, part machine, that's, where she could touch him to get him excited or something. I don't know what she's doing. We have to just wait and see where things come out to and what happens with that there. We got a few shots just of them reacting. Again, we saw this in the last trailer. Nothing new there. Here we got a first look at the Guardians, another look at the Guardians in here, which it seems like to be Mantis from the Guardians 2. Looks pretty cool here. We get Star-Lord, Gamora, and Drax and Mantis. Not sure where they are. Obviously, they're somewhere in space. Maybe they're somewhere in some sort of spaceship. I mean, we did see in the leaked footage, we see Thor banging into their Guardian ship, and then at the end of Thor, we saw him get attacked by. Last time we saw him in the movies was we saw him get attacked by that big ship. All of Asgard get attacked by a big ship that Thanos has. So that could be cool. Maybe that's that. Maybe they also get taken up by Thanos in that ship. We'll have to wait and see. Another shot of Tony. This time he's talking to the Hulk, talking to Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo. Looks like he's in this Sanctum Sanctorum in the same place where we saw him in the last trailer, where they're all standing in front of the stairs. If I'm not mistaken, he should have the cell phone that Cap gives him at the end of Civil War, that Cap mails to him, that Stan Lee gives him as a FedEx office. So again, that could be cool. He probably has that phone in his hand or in his pocket at this point. Again, it's interesting to see why does he still have this. Is this part of him? What does he need it for? Or is this just he attaches it to this t-shirt so he can charge his cell phone or something like that? I don't know. I'll have to wait and see really where things go and why he has that. That could be cool to see what happens with there. And then we get a cool shot again of Thor in the Guardians. Again, we saw this trailer, saw this in the leaked footage one from San Diego Comic-Con, how he was he hits the roof of this. But this looks like reminds me a bit of the pods that Rocket was driving in the first movie, those industrial pods type thing. Maybe they could be one of those. We'll have to wait and see when we get a Teen Groot who's playing his video games, Thor with his eye patch. And we get a closer look. We get a look at Loki. We know in the other trailer that we saw him, and in the leaked trailer was that he's handing Thanos the cosmic cube, which we know that he stole from in Thor Ragnarok. So that'll be cool to see that. You can see a bit of the blue here theme to this picture. Obviously, hints at the cosmic cube from that. Another thing here, we get some of Spider-Man, and I imagine that this is right after in the last trailer when we saw him in the bus and he looked at his arm and his hair went up and that was his spider sense. I imagine this is him. He probably jumped out of the bus, or the bus stopped or whatever, and he got out and he's climbing onto one of these things. And it looks like, based on the next photo, that it's going into outer space, and he's taking his mask off because he can't breathe in outer space. It looks like that. So maybe there's something going on with that, and that's when he decides, I'm gonna need the bigger suit for this, because if we're going into outer space, I need to be ready for that. So who knows? This looks like it could be something like that, and that'll be cool because we've never seen Spider-Man in space type thing, or at least him somehow reaching the outer atmosphere and then having to fall down. What does he do when he goes that high type thing? When he's so high he can't breathe type thing. We've never seen Spider-Man do anything like that in the movies on the big screen yet, so that could be cool to see that. Who knows if he's reset the parachute, his suit yet at this point. We'll have to find out. Wait to find out for that. Or maybe if not, he can make his own with his web shooters. That would be cool. And then we get a cool shot here of just Captain America, Vision, and Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow. The cool part here is, looks like there's someone next to Vision. Looks like it could be some sort of blonde, but looks a bit darker than that. At first I was thinking, maybe it's Captain Marvel. But then I realized since it's Vision now, it's probably just Scarlett Johansson. It's probably just Scarlet Witch type thing, so that could be her right there. We'll have to wait and see. Looks a bit, obviously too blonde and too long type of thing. If that's her shoulder, for it to be Black Widow or Captain Marvel. So, and based on the photos we've seen of Captain Marvel, her hair looks a bit longer type of thing. Although we don't really know how long they'll be when we see her, but we won't be seeing her in Infinity War. I would be so surprised if we see her anything but a cameo at the end of the or an Easter egg at the end of the hidden scene type thing for setting up for her movie. But other than that, I don't see her at all in Infinity War. I think that would have been out a long time ago. Here we get a shot just of Thor with the eye patch, which is an interesting idea that they talk about. Chris Hemsworth has talked about this during his filming, his interviews for Thor Ragnarok, saying that the patch that he has in Infinity War is completely CGI, because they tried doing it practical and it wouldn't stay because he doesn't have a band. He just has it around there, which is interesting to see. They never really explain how does Thor keep it on there. How does what's his face, Thor's father Odin, how does he keep his eye patch on there? Is it, I guess it's just magic or something like that? We'll have to wait and see. We get to see that. No look at his weapon. Look like his hand is in a fist, but who knows if his weapon is there, but just kind of CGI'd out type of thing. Could be. I can imagine that he'd have, this could be a cool shot to have, like some sort of hammer sticking out there, if it's a longer one type of thing. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see for that. And here we get a cool shots here of just Captain America and Wakanda, which is so much stuff of Captain America and Wakanda in these Infinity War trailers that it seems so weird that how can he not be in the Black Panther movie? Maybe he will be at the end. Maybe at the end there's a really big cliffhanger that leads into Infinity War, since it only is a couple of months away, and maybe that he gets the call from Cap type thing. You need me, I'm right there type thing, or something. We'll have to wait and see where that is. Or maybe Tony contacts him saying, yeah, I know you know where Cap is. Tell me where he is. I need him right now type thing. So who knows? We could see that. And then we get to see the shield pop up here. And it looks like it pops up like that a few times. And then we see it again here, but it doesn't look really much bigger. And we get a closer look at the beard. Looks pretty cool. And the nose suit. I love the way the suit looks. Definitely can't wait to see where things go. That looks pretty cool there. Then we get a cool suit of Iron Man stuff, and it looks like this stuff is slowly like nanotech kind of growing onto him. I wonder if this is kind of something like a suit that kind of recedes inside of his skin type thing, since it's nanotech or something like that. He's able to just he's able to think it, and it kind of comes out of the stuff where his body's able to absorb it, going inside of him or something like that. We'll have to wait and see, but it looks pretty cool. And in fact, his hand looks very... It looked, for me, for a second, it looked like it was kind of like a robotic hand, like he lost his hand or something, or it's not there. But now when I look at it a bit closer in this still frame, it looks like it's completely around his hand. It doesn't look like his fingers do look the size of fingers and not really skinny robot fingers type of thing. So we'll have to wait and see how that works there, but that looks pretty cool. So yeah, all in all, nothing too blurry in the background to really see anything, but they could be blurring it all up to just hide stuff. We'll have to wait and see with that. Here we get a shot of just Teen Groot type thing doing his stuff. Looks like he's probably in one of the Guardian ships. Probably that same round one we saw Thor and Rocket with him before. And then we get a cool shot of Gamora, not Nebula, with some sort of sword, some sort of junkyard. We'll have to wait and see where that is. And then we get a shot of just Black Widow in that scene. This comes right after the scene that we saw in the first trailer, where the army is running, the army of Wakanda is running after the army of Thanos type of thing. We'll have to wait to see if we get anything there from that. Looks pretty cool. Here we get just a shot of Bucky. Looks like he's probably just joining the team for that huge fight that we get. The huge fight that we get with everyone running after each other that we saw in the other trailer. Here we get a shot of Doctor Strange. It seems like he's still in New York, maybe. I thought this was maybe that scene from the first trailer where we see Tony taking off his glasses with Doctor Strange, Wong, and Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo. But then in the next trailer, we see him doing this. We see Iron Man, and we see someone else here. So it clearly looks like Wong is set right next to him. So it's going to be interesting to see. It'll also be fun to see how many how many sorcerers are there left. I mean, they did say that there were all kinds of different sorcerers in the Iron Man, in the Doctor Strange movie, but they don't really say how many are left. Is it just Doctor Strange and Wong are going to be the only ones playing with magic in this movie. We'll have to wait and see. But it would be cool to see if Doctor Strange, Wong, and stuff are forced to team up with Loki. That could be really cool to see them learning some magic from each other, because they didn't really get to talk magic in Thor Ragnarok whatsoever in that. So we'll have to wait and see where things go with that. But it looks cool there. And here we get again that cool shot from the trailers. We get with everyone running towards the camera. And this trailer, based on stories we've heard for people, is that it sounds like everyone is in this shot. This shot is the one with everyone. They're just all CGI'd out of it. So it is pretty cool to see that. Definitely can't wait to see who's where. No one new is left in here. They didn't like to unphotoshop someone and added them in here. They look all the same. And yeah, definitely can't wait to see what else is there. And then the last shot is a close-up of Thanos, and that looks pretty awesome. So definitely can't wait to see what things happen with all this. Definitely can't wait to see where things go with this. Let me know what you think, guys, of some of these photos. Which one is your favorite part of the trailer? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.